Shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Gotta do it easy. That's what I'm doing.
Welcome to the sit down, ladies and gentlemen. It's your guy EmEz. They call me the orator, and please believe, ain't none greater. Across from me this afternoon is one Miss Aisha Hall.
Yes.
How are you doing
How
this
are you?
afternoon? Aisha sat down and she was like, "You don't remember me, do you?" And listen, it'd be hard for me to be out, and when girls say that to me, I get nervous. Like, damn, what did I say? What did I do? But apparently, it was all good vibes. It was all good vibes. So what brings you to the sit down this afternoon, Miss Hall?
Yeah, just here to talk about my story, talk about my music, talk about my experience, what's happened in my life that made me stand out different than most artists, and just some of the things that are helping me get noticed in this game, and that's hopefully going to help catapult me to the top.
Okay, so now I has here, you're an author, writer, recording artist, and activist for women that are incarcerated.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Why are you picking up the incarcerated women flag?
Because I was sentenced to 10 and a half years in federal prison and did a dime in the feds and just came home. So that's why that is my
what?
cause.
Hold on. So you were incarcerated for 10 years?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that, first off.
It's all good.
What did you do?
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's why I want to know. What did you do?
Yeah, so basically I've always been a hustler, always been a go-getter.
Where you from?
I'm from Roosevelt, Long Island.
Oh, because if she was about to say Brooklyn, you know, go ahead.
That's my second home.
Of course. No
That's
doubt.
my second home.
It's probably where you got in trouble, damn it.
Nah, not really. No. But, I started getting into the trade game, trading commodities, gold, diamonds, silver, beryllium.
I thought we were talking about human trafficking. I'm like, whoa, might have to end this
nah.
interview. The feds after me.
Definitely not.
Okay.
But I started getting into trading gold. The guys I worked with never been in the business before, neither had I. But we saw a need, so we found a way to fix it, which is basically qualifying for these trades. You have to be worth $100 million, $200 million in order to qualify for some of these oil trades. That's why you don't see a lot of us in it. So
now hold on. Now trading what exactly? When you mean oil trade, how do you?
Okay, so in the private sector, trading is just buying and selling on a large scale.
Okay.
So in the private market, which is called private placement platforms, they trade oil, they trade natural gas, they trade beryllium, they trade wheat, rubber, anything, any commodity international.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is they have requirements for you to enter the trade. So if you're selling a product and I'm coming to buy it from you and I'm saying I want $100 worth of whatever you're selling, you tell me, unless you have $100 million in your bank account, I'm not interested in accepting your $100. So what that does is it wipes out the people who might be like you and me, and it only allows a certain group of people to trade.
This boys club, these white people been running for too long, bruh.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me, if I wanted to buy something, they could refuse selling it to me because I don't have a certain amount of money in my bank account?
You don't meet
Ain't
the
that
trade
about
requirement.
a bitch?
Yeah, so what happens is think of all the millions of people that are cut out of being able to participate in those type of things. You know what I mean? So you talking about if I hit the lotto tomorrow and I'm worth $1 million, and I'm not worth $100 million, I might not be able to participate in certain trades because I don't have the net worth. But who does have that kind of money? Yeah. So what I did and how I got in trouble is I found people who did have that kind of money, and I started linking them with the people who didn't and letting them use their assets on paper. And that's how I got in trouble. So you coming to the table, you might only have $500,000, but I'm gonna make it look like you got $50 million. Then you can go take your money, your own money, and trade with your money. All I did was help you get in the door, a door you would have never been able to get in before.
And they give you 10 years for that?
Yeah, because I'm changing the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but you're helping people that need it, though.
Yeah, but I'm making it look like they have money that they really don't.
Falsifying documents.
That's basically what the feds don't have a falsified document charge. They have conspiracy to commit wire fraud. And because I made like $10 million, my sentence was high.
Clutches pearls. You made $10 million?
10 mil. Mm-hmm.
Let me hold a couple dollars, man.
Yeah, they took it though. So
I mean, I would assume so.
Yeah, but it's still, the experience is still there. The creativity was still there. It just was not, the best way to do it. But it opened up my eyes to a whole different lifestyle.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That could have been a whole interview by itself.
Right. You can bring me back.
We might have to. All right. Let's get to the music. So, what are we pushing now?
Right now, I had dropped an EP when I first touched home.
How long you been home?
I've been home for a year now.
Okay.
I've been out of the halfway house for like 6 months.
How was it hard readjusting?
Kind of, because before I went in, there was no like social media like this. It was MySpace. People was just getting off the flip phone situation. Yeah. So I'm coming out and I'm seeing people walking down the street. Nobody's looking up. Everybody's looking down. I'm like, what is going on here? So it's different, But I definitely like the fact that music, you have so much more control over it now because of social media, because of, the whole internet game is different. So I was like, okay, I need to be able to use my story to educate people, let them know what's happening in this country with mass incarceration, because there's no reason I should have got 10 and a half years for that. No reason, So while I was locked up, a lot of people started taking interest in my story. I'm part of the Pink Panther Clique, which is...
what is that?
It's women that are in prison for too much time that came home and started educating people about mass incarceration.
Okay.
So it was myself, Shawana King, who's actually here, Jamila T. Davis, Sunshine Smith-Williams, we were like the founders, Brandy Davis, and we basically go around using whatever talents we have to help educate. They've been on, Jamila was on a program on, I think it was NBC, Brandy was on a show on BET. So we've just been using that platform to really talk about mass incarceration and what's happening, especially to women and, African American women.
And I hate to bring it back to the jelly, but it's nothing like Orange is the New Black, right?
No. There's pieces of it that are like kind of true, but Piper, shout out to her that wrote the book and then got the series picked up. She only did a little bit of time. So at the end of the day, like if your experience is short, you only can tell so much because we were actually working with Yandy, me, Jamila, Sunshine, Shawana, to actually put a show out, the Pink Panther Clique. That would be like the real Orange is the New Black, like, told from the story of people who did a lot of time. So, we're still actually working on that stuff now.
Shout out to Yandy. I seen her the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, these good people. To sit down, Aisha Hall's in the building. Okay, back to the music. Go ahead.
Yes. So anyway, so I've been doing music all my life. My father used to work with Public Enemy back in the day, so I've been recording since I was like 6. Getting, doing background sounds for him or whatever. He do a show. I come up on the stage with him. So I've been doing this forever. Put out my first mixtape. I was like 19. Oh. But I always was grinding. So when I went
Did you have a different rap name?
You know what? It's funny. They used to call me Old Girl. But I always was just Ish. You know what I'm saying? And I kept my name Aisha Hall now because so many people are following my story. I didn't want them to get confused between who is the author, who is the rapper.
Keep it all the same.
Keep it all the same. You look me up, you Google me, you see my story. And like right now, I'm trying to bring authenticity to the game because like everything I talk about in my music, I really experienced and accomplished. I really did my time like a stand-up chick. I didn't tell on none of these people. I really, got to the money the way that people talk about it in music, but they really didn't. I really did it. I really lived that lifestyle. So to talk about it is easy because, that's what it is.
She made $10 million, man. I'm just, Dory, what are we doing wrong, huh? So it's crazy. It's to sit down. Aisha Hall's in the building. So tell me more about the book.
Okay, well, while I was incarcerated, I've written 10 books. I published about 7. So
you did 10 years and wrote how many books?
I wrote like 12 books. But some of them were ghostwriting projects. Some of them were co-writes, but I published my 7 books on my own. I have a new one getting ready to come out, too.
Where did your love of writing come from? Or was it because you just had nothing but time on your hands?
It's a combination. I always wrote music, and I like that like old vibe of like storytelling in the music. So the books were just like an extension of the music. So I always loved to write.
She made $10 million. Oh, wait. So, so let me hold a couple dollars, man. That's crazy. So where do you see yourself in the music entertainment realm field now?
Oh, I'm definitely trying to be the #1 female rapper in the game. Like I don't see anybody right now working as hard as me. I perform everywhere. I'm working right now with a feature with Tory Lanez. I'm working on
What's the name of that?
Rocksteady.
Okay.
And
I want to
actually,
hear that. Make sure you send that to me.
okay, no doubt. That actually was crazy because he actually heard the song while we were at Meek Mill video shoot, and he's like, "Yo,
What was you doing at Meek Mill's video shoot?
just networking."
Oh,
you know,
okay.
You know, my manager Rod, he actually was working with Meek's whole team like a long time ago before they even got to where they are. So I was just there, you know, doing what artists do, you know. And he heard the song and was like, "Yo, send me the open track. I'm gonna get on that." So we've been communicating, and that should be happening very soon, like, and hopefully the next couple of weeks.
Wow. Miss Aisha Hall has a story to tell. Anything else that I need to know about you?
You know, that's pretty much it's just, you know, going through what I went through while I was in prison. You know, I went through a lot. When I first got sentenced, I didn't think I was gonna get 10.5 years. I wasn't expecting that. Never been in trouble in my life.
This is your first time in front of a judge. Nigga gives you 10.
Give me 10.
Motherfucker.
Give me 10. And it's like, you're giving me this amount of time because of what I did or because of what I look like, because of what I represent. Which is it? Because the numbers don't make sense when you look at other women and other people, period, who have been in the finance game or who have made that kind of money. I met people with $50 million, $100 million losses, and they're doing a year and a day. They're doing 6 months. And I'm like, why am I doing 10.5 years with my crumbs, 10 million, and there's people that cause losses 100 million, 200 million, and they're not doing anywhere near that amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So I think they didn't like the bossness. They're not used to seeing that from, you know, people like us. And I think it's like, okay, you got here and you messed up a little bit. So guess what? You're gonna get hard. You're gonna get hit hard. So that's what I feel like was part of my sentence. You know,
Well, how many years do you think would have been fair for you?
no years probation.
Oh.
Because I didn't cause any losses to anyone. I didn't harm anyone. I didn't take anything from anyone. You know, I just basically made people look like they was worth more than what they were by merging them with people who really were worth that amount. So at the end of the day, it's like you're giving me all of this time as if I stole, swindled, harmed. There were no victims. Nobody was hurt. This didn't make any sense.
That's fucking crazy.
Now, I changed the documents. I changed the numbers, but it started off as a civil case, and it should have stayed that way. You know?
She made $10 million, man. And they did their, like, that. That must have been, what was it like sitting in a jail knowing that you didn't, not that you didn't commit the crime, but getting 10 years for a non-violent crime seemed insane.
Yeah, it was. At first, it was like surreal because when the Fed sentences you, they sentence you in months. So I had to do the math in my head real quick. It's like, you know, the sentence is going to be significant. First of all, Madoff situation had just happened, so it was hot at that time. It was like, I got to make an example,
Got you.
etc. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, he's going to give me 5 years. This is what popped in my mind, you know, because some of the guys that worked for me, shout out to them, San Luisi, they got.
Don't tell me that was the name of your lawyers.
No, they worked for me.
I was about to say, this girl walked in the court with selling Weezy. Of course you got 10 fucking years. What the hell is going on?
Nah,
here?
these were people that worked for me, like were part of my company.
Okay.
Because I don't really do like the corporate thing. Like these were guys that were on the street, and I felt like if they can hustle on the street, they can hustle in the office. So I only worked with people of that stature. I didn't want like the college grads and all of that. Sometimes that is not really how you get to the bag. That's just kind of like, you know.
You're right.
So that's why I think that was a problem too. When they saw what our group looked like when we walked in the courtroom, we were talking about those kind of numbers, and then you look at us, it was like, nah, we gotta shut this down.
So all of y'all went to jail?
We all went to jail.
Oh, y'all did 10.
Yeah, we all did 10 because they refused to talk, to snitch. They wanted to know like all these different things about me, and they was like, we don't care what they're asking. We don't care if they're asking what's the real color of your hair if you ever dyed it. We don't have nothing to say. So they were punished because they didn't want to talk.
Wow. And do you still deal with these people today?
Absolutely.
Amen to that.
Absolutely.
That's loyalty.
Absolutely.
Well, fuck, I sat in this jail cell for you. You better keep talking to me. Shit. That's crazy.
They
yo.
sat for me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But they know, like, I believe in sharing the wealth. So I wasn't one of those bosses where it's like, oh, okay, I'm worth 10 and I'll pay y'all crumbs. No, they got cuts of everything. Big cuts. So they know, like, she held us down. So they held me down.
All right, let me ask you a real question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do it all again, would you still do it?
Yeah.
My nigga. That's the fuck I'm talking about. Shit. Damn right. Shit. It's to sit down
I
and
would have
shit.
spent the money different.
Yeah, you saved it and put it in somebody else's name.
Not even saved. I'd have blew it. Let me tell you why. Because they were going to take it anyway. They were going to find it and track it and trace it. Unless you have actual cash, you can't hide money in this country. The wiring and transfer system is just too elite and elaborate. So I'd have enjoyed it, and I'd rather enjoy it myself and my family and the people I care about rather than letting them just take it because they're enjoying it right now. Because a lot of money turned up missing, you know, and I know the feds took it. So.
Ain't that about a bitch? This has got to be a movie. This has got to be a movie somewhere. There's somebody somewhere is writing this script. Somebody.
I have a book coming out soon. It's actually Jamila T. Davis, who is one of the founders of the Pink Panther Flick, has a series called The High Price I Had to Pay. And it's about different women who went to prison in the story. So I'm book 5, and that's get ready to drop.
Hey, listen. See, I know God be working through me, man. You see, we just had Mr. Cheeks up here a little while ago. He's got this new TV platform. That's the perfect place for you to put this shit on. Get that shit moving, because this story right here is interesting than a bitch.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell me?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, just keep watching. Like, right now, I'm really, really heavily focused on my music. I do have another book coming out called Baltimore Raw that's coming out soon. I love the storytelling aspect of life. Like, you know, just putting it into an art form. Taking my worst trials and turning it into something. Might as well use it for something rather than sitting and crying over it and regretting it or feeling whatever feelings you might feel. Turn it into paper. Turn it into a bag. So I'm taking everything that I've been through. You know, while I was in prison, my brother was killed by the police. My father was murdered. You know, I've been through a lot. My family's house burnt down to the ground. I just been through a lot of craziness. So I'm just trying to channel all of that rather into like depression or constantly thinking about it. Let me tell the world what I've been through. Hopefully it inspires somebody else to survive whatever they've gone through.
God bless you, yo.
Thank you.
He's blessed you already, and I think there's some more blessings on the way, because this story just gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah, so you want me to spit something for you? Like, what you want?
I was just about to say, you got bars?
Oh, come on. If I'm saying I'm trying to be the best female rapper in the game, I better have some kind of bar.
Let me hear something. Go ahead.
All right, let me see.
Aisha Hall, let's just sit down. Let me hear this shit. Go ahead.
Let's put a little bit of my story into it, you know? So, I be getting money because I love it. Hustle come first. I don't put nothing above it. I'm finally free. They awoke me from the dead, and I copped that I ate first week out of the feds. You've been misled if you think that I fell off. And I got that good head, make a man want a divorce. Never off course. I stay with a plan. Like my Middle East. You could call me Iran. You don't understand me, I got a different method. My knowledge comes straight from the Akashic record. I'm all about the peace, but don't never disrespect it, because I keep a couple shooters that might leave you leaking naked. I'll be going hard in the paint. Body on fleek, they be swearing that it's fake. And why these chickens hate, I just never hesitate, because I'm coming real raw. I'm the one for the tape.
Okay, Aisha, all right.
There's a little song.
All right.
There's a little song.
Listen, I'm a fan. Just off the story alone, I want to follow you. I want to follow you and see and keep up with what you're doing and how you're doing. The bars seem solid, so I'm going to check out the music. Where can I find the music?
You can go on any streaming platform, Apple, Google Play, you know, Spotify, the Aisha Hall Project. You'll know it's me because it's me as a little girl, the cover, and it's a mugshot. So basically, I'm letting the people know, like, you are targeted, us as a people from when you're a kid. So that's what I wanted the cover to represent. So that's the first project, and I'm working on my second project right now.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm going to be following the story and the movements of Miss Aisha Hall. The Aisha Hall Project, you said it's called?
Aisha Hall Project, yes.
So we're gonna do all that. We're going to take a look at all that. Look into the camera, let them know how to follow you, how to get in contact with you, how to work with you, and all that good stuff.
Yes, my name is Aisha Hall. You can contact me on Instagram at The Real Aisha Hall. You can email me, Aisha Hall, ppc@gmail.com. You can get in contact with my manager on Instagram at Ra718. Basically, you can look me up on YouTube. I just dropped a new music video, I Ain't Lying, shot in the heart of Brownsville, you know. Just go on the internet, put my name in. You can't miss me. I'm there. I'm very visible. And, yeah, just get at me.
She a real one, God. She made $10 million. $10 million. Thank you for coming, Aisha. This is Sit Down.